Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chambers.
And I'm Green Winter. In an escalation that could spark all-out war in the Middle East, the United States has dramatically entered Israel's war against Iran.
Yeah, American jets bombed 3 nuclear sites over in the Islamic Republic. One of those sites was the infamous mountain facility at Fordo, a major uranium enrichment center, hundreds of feet underground. And in a speech to the nation, as you heard, President Trump said that all of the sites were, quote, completely and totally obliterated.
We have live team coverage tonight. KTLA's Sarah Welsh is getting a local reaction to the strikes. But first, to Rachel Menitoff now from the KTLA News Center with details of the military action. Rachel.
Karine, Rick, good evening to you both. President Trump said tonight if peace doesn't come quickly, he will go after additional targets in the region, saying most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. He also praised the U.S. military as the only one in the world to be able to do what was done tonight.
Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
President Trump addressing his decision to strike 3 of Iran's nuclear sites to prevent the country from building a nuclear bomb. He says Iran has repeatedly threatened to destroy Israel and says the U.S. completely obliterated its key nuclear enrichment centers, including the heavily fortified Fordo, a facility located 300 feet below the surface of the ground. The bomb used is tens of thousands of pounds and requires a special jet to deploy the weapon, equipment that only the U.S. possesses. More than a week ago, Israel launched a surprise attack on Iranian sites, and the country retaliated with a series of missile and drone strikes on Israeli infrastructure.
Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanked President Trump and says this is the potential to usher in a new era of prosperity and peace in the Middle East.
America has been truly unsurpassed.
Officials in California and New York say they're monitoring the situation for any potential domestic impacts. Governor Gavin Newsom writes, there's no specific or credible threat we are aware of at this time, but he urges people to stay vigilant and report suspicious activity. Members of Congress on both sides of the aisle are offering mixed reaction. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham from South Carolina congratulated the president and said it was the right call. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries slammed the president's decision, saying the risk of war has now dramatically increased. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez believes the president's actions are clearly grounds for impeachment. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders addressed the operation at a rally in Oklahoma.
But it is so grossly unconstitutional. All of you know that the only entity that can take this country to war is the U.S. Congress. The president does not have the right.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this hot Monday. I'm doing well myself, and I hope you had a very, very nice, relaxing weekend. Well, over the weekend, there's been some bombings, okay? As you guys may have already known, Israel and Iran has been going back and forth bombing each other, okay? What does America do? They get in it. They bomb Iran, okay? Well, there's been a price to pay for that, you know? It's one of those things, you hit me and I'll hit you back. So what does Iran do? They launches missile attacks on U.S. base in Qatar and Iraq, okay? Look, people, if you guys don't already know, if you're not aware, it's time to get your things in order. It's time to repent to the Most High because we are deep in the book of Revelation. The time of the Gentile is about to be fulfilled. Okay, the Gentiles that's trod down our land are being fulfilled. Okay, and that's just what it is. So we must prepare for what's to come. Okay, we are up on the hills of World War III, nuclear war. Somewhat of what book of Revelation is actually talking about. Okay, that's just what it is. Prophecy has got to play out before the new begins. Okay, now let's get into this article right here. It says Iran has launched missile attacks on U.S. military bases in Qatar and Iraq, retaliating for the American bombing of its nuclear sites and escalating tensions in the volatile region. People in Doha, Qatar's capital, stopped and looked up as missiles flew and interceptors fired and struck at least one missile in the night sky. Iran announced on state television that it attacked American forces stationed at Qatar's Al Udeid Air Base. A caption on the screen called it a mighty and successful response to America's aggression as martial music played. Iran targeted the Ain al-Assad base housing U.S. troops in western Iraq. An Iraqi security official told the Associated Press. The attacks came shortly after Qatar closed its airspace and a precaution amid threats from Iran. Okay? See, like I said, this is all biblical, people. You know, this is what's got to happen right here before the Most High comes and actually get rid of these people. They're getting into this war right here, thinking they just going to be fighting each other, okay? But when the Most High comes, they going to direct all that towards him, and he's just going to vanquish them. That's going to be it, you know. But we got a ways to go yet. I don't believe that this is actually it, but it's leading to the final war, if you understand what I'm saying. Let's continue. Just before the explosion, Iranian President Mossad Pezeshkian wrote on the social platform X, "We neither initiated the war nor seeking it, but we will not leave invasion to the great Iran without answers. In the past, Iran has threatened American forces at Al Udeid Air Base, which hosts the forward headquarters of the U.S. military's Central Command." Okay. Qatar, across the Persian Gulf from Iran, maintains diplomatic relations with Iran and shares a massive offshore natural gas field with Tehran. Okay. Now, from what I hear, again, it's all about oil. You see, this is what they did a long time ago when they said, I can't remember who it was, had weapons of mass destruction. They wanted that oil over there. And we're looking at the same thing again. Okay, it's come right back around. Okay. Now to continue, earlier in the day, Israel expanded its war against Iran to include targets associated with the country's struggling theocracy, striking the gate of a Tehran prison notorious for holding political activists and hitting the headquarters of the military force that suppressed recent protests. As plumes of thick smoke rose over Tehran, Israel was attacked with yet another barrage of Iranian missiles and drones. And here we have a picture right here of a lot of drones and what have you, planes. I guess they're, bomb carriers. I don't know, but yeah, this is what it is, folks. It's ugly. It's getting ugly, but it's got to get like that before it gets better, okay? The persistent fire has become a reality for civilians in both countries since Israel started the war to target Tehran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. Okay? In the 11th day of the conflict, Israel said it attacked regime targets and governor repression bodies in the heart of Tehran. But Israeli officials insisted they did not seek the overthrow of Iran's government. Their arch enemy since the country's 1979 Islamic Revolution. This goes back to biblical times. In conclusion here, the Israeli military warned Iranians that it would continue to attack military sites around Tehran over the coming days as it focuses has shifted to symbolic targets as well. The military issued the warning on the social platform X, though Iranians are struggling to access the outside world as an internet shutdown has crippled the country. The latest strike unfolded only hours after President Donald Trump openly raised the possibility himself, after just a day earlier inserting America into the war with its unprecedented stealth bomber strike on 3 Iranian nuclear sites. If the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change? Question. He asked of his Truth Social website. All right. Ugly, ugly, ugly people. So we must prepare for what's to come. This is going to just bring about everything that we don't want to have to go through. The tribulation, Jacob's trouble, all of that. This is the reason why you are going to have a cloak. And your only cloak is the Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's just what it is. So you must repent before things get worse. Seek the Most High while He is yet to be found. Because when things actually kick off, that's it. That's it. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. Let's see if you can comment. Make sure to try to like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.